everyone, I'm Dr. Shirazi, a board certified dermatologist. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to answer a common question I get from a lot of my patients, like what are serums, what's the difference between a moisturizer and an oil, and with the vast number of skincare products and skincare lines that are coming out every day, it's so hard to know what to use for what and what all this terminology really means. It could be mind-boggling for people to understand when they should use serums versus an oil versus a moisturizer. So I thought I would break it down and give you an overview, hopefully to serve as a guide when you are putting a skincare regimen together. And if you have certain skin conditions, like if you're prone to breakouts, or you have dry skin versus oily skin, so hopefully this video will help you. Before we get started, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. Give it a thumbs up, comment below, that really helps my channel. Also, if you have a friend who is a skincare enthusiast and is interested in dermatology, then share this video with them. Okay, first up, let's talk about dehydrated skin versus oily skin. Now, just because your skin is dehydrated doesn't mean it can't be oily, because oily skin is not necessarily hydrated skin. When we're talking about dry skin or dehydrated skin, we're talking about the water content in the skin cells. When we're talking about oils, we are talking about the amount of natural sebum that's produced by our oil glands in the skin. So you can totally be dehydrated, meaning your skin can lack water content but still be oily. And you can have dry skin but then also produce too much oil. So it can get a little confusing. So let's start with oils. Oils are not necessarily considered a moisturizer, although they do have some nourishing and emollient properties. A lot of natural plant-derived oils have fatty acids and are rich in antioxidants, which help protect and repair our skin cells as they are exposed to environmental damage or sun exposure that causes free radicals. They help repair the skin, but they don't actually form a great barrier for water loss. And that's, I guess, one of the reasons why I don't look at them as hydrating, because they don't do an amazing job at preventing water loss. They don't have a lot of occlusive properties. Some oils are more comedogenic, meaning they can clog our pores, and other oils are not as comedogenic. So what are the benefits of using oils? Oils should be used at the very end of your skincare routine, after a moisturizer, after your serums. And so what it can do is give you a nice smoothing glow, because they can sort of trickle in between the skin cells better than creams can. And that can help soften the edges of the skin cells and give you this kind of shiny glow to the skin. Oils can also help absorb and flush out excess oil that might be on your skin. You may have heard the term like dissolves like. Well, when you have super oily skin and you have abundant of it on the surface, if you apply an oil, it can attract other oils on the skin, and you can help remove that excess oil that might be building up on the skin surface. So potentially they can make our skin look less oily. The problem I have with oils is the lack of consistency and the purity of it, because although a lot of people claim that their oil, their argan oil or jojoba oil, are pure oils, that's not always the case, because sometimes it has to do with the geographic location, the processing and extracting of the oils from some of these plants. So that's one of my issues, is the lack of consistency. Also, people claim that these are natural oils, meaning they don't contain preservatives. Well, that's a huge problem, because if oils just sit around and there's nothing preserving them, because those preservatives are toxic chemicals, whatever that means, the oil starts to break down and it loses a lot of its benefits, because it can, start to become something other than the freshly derived or processed oil that we think we're putting on our skin. And a lot of times this breakdown of the oils can cause irritation in the skin. So we may see rashes, we may see redness, flaking. And so that is one of my problems with oils. Another reason I would be cautious with oils is a lot of times natural yeast and bacteria that live on our skin as part of our skin's microclimate feed on these natural oils, and they break them down, and some people have a reaction to the breakdown product of the oils. An example would be acne. Acne bacteria can feed on these oils and cause reactions. Seborrheic dermatitis, that's when people get flaking and redness in the T-zone of the face. That is due to an abundant amount of yeast that feed on the oils and break these oils down, then cause this inflammatory reaction. And so oils, can be beneficial for some skin types and for certain reasons, but they can also cause problems, so you have to be really cautious of that. Now, some people love the way the oils feel on their skin, and that's fine as long as you're not having a reaction to it and you're using reputable products that have some preservatives in them that allow the oil to sit in your bathroom for a period of time and not change composition because there's nothing preserving them. There's also this notion that people think, well, I have oily skin. If I put more oil on my skin, my oil glands are not going to produce as much oil. Wrong, because our oil production, for one, is genetic. Some people just naturally, their oil glands are more active and produce more oils. Two, oil production often is linked to our hormones. And we see this especially with women, depending on their time of the month, whether it is, their ovulation phase or their luteal phase, they may have more oil production as their progesterone goes up, usually a week or two before their period. So hormones play a huge role in oil production, and our skin is not always stagnant and the same. So you may go through life with shifts in your hormonal climate. So you may notice sometimes your skin might be more oily, other times it might be less oily, and sometimes the dry skin stays around despite having a high or low oil production, because remember, oils just coat the surface of the skin. They're not really considered moisturizers, which leads me to moisturizers. Okay, we talked about oil, so what is a moisturizer? So moisturizers are generally hydrating creams that not only help with dry skin by preventing water loss from our skin, but they also help restore and strengthen our skin barrier. And if you listen to my podcasts or my other videos, our skin barrier is the key to healthy glowing skin. Any disruption in your skin barrier wreaks havoc on your skin, and that can include flaring up your acne, making your eczema worse. So if you don't have a strong skin barrier, bad things can easily get into the skin and the good things leave your skin because there's no protection. The skin loses its essential function. So that's really, really important. Oils don't really help restore and maintain skin barrier, and they don't do a great job of preventing water loss. They do some, but not as well as moisturizing creams. And all creams actually have an oil component. So moisturizing creams are generally made up of three parts. One is a emollient, which is oils. And even if they don't have natural oils in them, they have synthetic oils like silicone. Two, they contain humectants. Humectants are ingredients that attract water, like hyaluronic acid or glycerin. And three, they have an occlusive component, which is what forms as a protective barrier. It doesn't allow water to be lost from our skin. And so those three components make up a moisturizing cream. So really, when I'm talking about hydrating the skin, protecting and strengthening the skin barrier, I'm talking about using a cream, not an oil, because although an oil does some beneficial things for the skin, creams are really what help protect and allow our skin to repair. For example, a lot of people with acne are afraid to use moisturizers because they think, well, if I put a cream on, it's gonna clog my pores, it's gonna make my acne worse. Wrong. Actually, using creams will help strengthen your skin barrier and improve your acne, because a lot of times acne medications can be very drying to the skin. They can, disrupt the skin barrier. And acne and conditions like rosacea already have problems with their skin barrier, and that's one of the contributing factors for people that have skin conditions, is because their barrier function isn't optimal. And so creams, moisturizing creams, help restore that barrier function and help improve these skin conditions. Same with those with oily skin. Just because you have oily skin doesn't mean you can skip on using moisturizers. You still need hydration in the skin, because oiliness doesn't necessarily enhance your skin hydration and water content. So with oils, you're really just getting one component, and that's the emollient component. With creams, you're really getting all three. You're getting a humectant, an occlusive component, and an emollient component from an oil. Which brings me to serums. So what are serums? Well, serums are typically water-based. They're lightweight and are designed to deliver actives for whatever your skin concern might be. So that is one of the reasons why they tend to be more expensive, because they tend to have multiple active ingredients that serve a purpose for your skin. So they're not really considered a moisturizer. They don't really hydrate your skin, although a lot of them do contain hyaluronic acid and they are water-based, but they absorb really quickly, and they're designed to deliver beneficial ingredients like azelaic acid, retinols, or niacinamide, things that help improve and change the quality of our skin. They're usually thin, more absorbent, and best applied to damp skin. So serums are applied after cleansing and toners, but before moisturizing and using your oil. And because they're full of potent ingredients, you don't need a lot. You just need really 3 to 5 drops. They spread really easily. And then you want to seal in the serum with a moisturizer. So my skincare philosophy is always very simple. You cleanse, and then you serum, and then you protect the skin with a moisturizer. So looking at different serums, for example, Lift and Renew has bakuchiol, it has retinol, and it's really designed to improve skin texture, help with discoloration, fine lines and wrinkles, reduce hyperpigmentation, and really increase the collagen of your skin. And this is something that you would apply to damp skin before you use a moisturizer, like for example, like Restore, to seal in that goodness. So whatever your skin concern might be, you will pick your serum, which goes in between the moisturizer and the cleanser, to address the skin concern that you have. So Lift and Renew, for example, is for anti-aging. If you have hyperpigmentation and you want to also help protect, repair your skin and boost collagen, you'll use a vitamin C serum in the morning. So you'll cleanse, use vitamin C serum like Illuma C or Glow Serum, and then you'll seal that in with a moisturizing cream that has SPF. Boom, 3 steps: cleanse, serum, and protect. If you have rosacea, for example, then you would use something like Azelaic 10 serum, which has azelaic acid. It also has arbutin that helps with discoloration. Again, you would seal that in with a moisturizer. If you want to use a serum with your retinol cream, for example, you can use Skin Tight, which has niacinamide and copper lysine complexes that help stimulate and boost collagen and elastin. It goes well with retinols, and so you can use that with a lot of other products. Also helps with rosacea. So if you tend to have flushing and redness, Skin Tight really helps with reducing those symptoms and offers some good anti-aging benefits. And it's great for someone who really can't tolerate retinols with their rosacea. They get red, they just have a really hard time. So Skin Tight is a great serum for somebody with sensitive skin. So really my recommendation is keep your skincare simple: cleanse, serum, and protect. You really don't need to spend a lot of money on the cleanser, but where you really want to make your investment is the serums. And the best ones are gonna have some clinical studies, some good ingredients that have some research and science back trials to really prove all the claims that it makes. So be a smart consumer and know where to invest in skincare and where you can go with a lesser costly item. All right guys, I hope that was helpful, and comment below, let me know if you have any questions. I love to hear from you. Until next time.